So here are the few tricks that I would like to share, like how you can pass just by knowing few of the things from each module, not even the formulas. Okay, just the tricks that will help you to get 35 marks. Obviously more than that you can score if you have studied, but first let us secure that 35 marks. In order to secure that 35 marks, what you have to do, sorry for the bad quality of the video, everything, because I want to complete this and deliver this to you very soon. First of all, once, like, even if you're not getting this is equal to this, try making it equal. Okay, in the final exam, if you are not getting equal, just like whatever answer you get for this entire block, right, that values and this values, even if you are not getting it equal, like suppose if you have solved this perfectly, write the same values here. If you have solved this perfectly, write these values what you have got here, even though like if you don't know how to solve for another part. Okay, and one more thing, I hope you know, if this is the direction, that means if both sides are same number, answer will be 1 or else 0. Okay, then in this kind of questions where we have to prove the validity of the argument, always remember either modus tollens will be used, modus ponens will be used, and rule of syllogism is used. Okay, and rarely amplification is used. So you can see rule of syllogism, contrapositive is nothing but taking removing the negative by reversing it. See, modus tollens or amplification, this is the only thing if it is used. Even if you don't know, write these rules and come. Who knows, that invigilator can give you marks, right? And in the last you write what you should prove in the right hand side. Suppose if you are not able to solve, only in that case, see this kind of questions and all you can solve it, right? Then same here also, like if you're finding like larger questions, see here there are three variables means we can use which laws, associative and distributive, right? So associative is used. See, look here, if the symbols are same we use associative, if symbols were different we would use this one, what is that, distributive. Okay, and De Morgan's law, these three laws are used more in case of three variables: direct, indirect, and proof by contradiction. Direct one you will solve, indirect and proof by contradiction both are actually same, only you have to write in the last that this contradicts our statement, hence this is true. That is the only difference. Okay, then okay, this also you can solve, right? Tautology, we will get all the values to be 1. Okay, once when you encounter such long questions, see here you can see how many letters, I mean the variables P, Q, R. That means you should use either distributive or associative. See now here we have same symbols, that means associative can be used here. Okay, and here also we have same symbols, we can use associative. This is easy again. Remember, if you want to express any number in the form of odd, then it is 2p plus 1. Similarly, if you want to express in the terms of even, it is only 2p. Plus 1 is for odd. Then definitions you have to learn: open statement, quantifier, tautology, proposition and all. Even for this, right, convert it into this form, equation form. For that only they'll give 2-3 marks. See here I have told, right, modus tollens, modus ponens, rule of syllogism, De Morgan's law, distributive law, associative law, very important. Then really sorry for the video quality, I just wanted to tell this. Okay, again everything you can see in first module it is same. When it comes to RAM, every like you can just remember, if you get question related to RAM, everywhere you are going to use modus tollens only middle it is conjunctive amplification. That is nothing but when you have something and something, if you want to take only one value, we can only consider that value as answer using conjunctive amplification. Yes, this ends module 1. Let us go to module 2. So coming to the second module, where they will guarantee ask one kind of question that proved by induction method, mathematical induction method, where in first step we do, in place of n we substitute the value of n to be 1. In second step, wherever n is there you replace it with k. In third step, wherever k is there, replace that with k plus 1. Then we have to go on reducing, and finally you will get the answer. This detailed explanation I have done in module 2 video, you can check there. For every question, like wherever it is reduced, you can do that. Even if you don't know like how to reduce, at least if you write basic step, that is, and substituting the k and k plus 1, you will get the marks. Okay, then one more kind of question that they'll ask is like this. They'll give the value of a0, a1 and a2. Just you have to substitute it with 3 to the power of 1, 3 to the power of 2 and 3 to the power of 3 and solve. Simple. Whatever they give here, you substitute these 3 values and solve. Detailed explanation again it is available in that video for every questions. Okay, just telling like if you miss something or if you don't know like that, okay, then talashi. So remember when they ask such questions like where you have to find out the number of ways, first thing first find the common frequency. How we find, like count total number of letters. Here it is 11 divided by which letter is getting repeated how many times. For example, here A is getting repeated 3 times and other letters like I think L, S and E is getting repeated 2 times, so here it should be 2. Okay, when it gets repeated, whatever answer you get, at least for this you will get marks. Next part, whatever you do, for that you should use common sense. Okay, then determining the coefficient, we have one standard formula. Remember, if we have 3 variables, then we can use multinomial theorem. If we have only 2 letters, 2 variables, then we have to compulsorily use binomial theorem. If we used multinomial here, you'll get wrong answer. There are 2 formulas, just remember that. Okay, I think for binomial it is something like summation of r equal to 0, n equal to 1 in the starting, then ncr followed by x raised to r, then y raised to n minus r. From multinomial it is n, I mean this power n divided by n1 n2 n3. Then first one 2x power n1, then y power minus y, then minus it, this n1 n2 n3 as it is. Okay, this is something like this. They'll definitely ask. Then again, number of ways, first I told, right, find the normal frequency distribution, then only you'll get like at least 1 or 2 marks they'll allocate in case you have not studied or if you're getting struck. Okay, same thing everywhere, it is same. Here also it is same, like prove by mathematical induction. First substitute 1, then n, then k plus 1. Simple. They have only told that it is equal to this, right? Even if you're not getting answer, in the last you write that this is equal to this and come. That's it. If you're in the passing boundary, they'll give you marks. Okay, but if you're crossing 90 plus, then they don't give marks. 7s and 5s by using 24. I mean 24 is the total number. By combining 7 and 5, we have to make it as 24. So 7 times of 7 r times and 5 s times will combine together and give 24. Like that you have to assume and solve. R minus 2, because you are taking this 2 7 outside here, so it is r minus 2 and solve similarly. Like detailed if you want, it is there in that video. Okay, you already know what is mathematical induction by now because I've told thrice. Then again for permutations, you find the frequency and write the answer. See, again it is same thing, binomial theorem we have used. Why binomial? We have only 2 letters here. Then so similarly everything is there in module 2. Okay, one more we have to prove that this is the Fibonacci, Fibonacci series is given. We have to prove that any positive integer, this particular thing is true. First what you do, in place of I you substitute 0, then 1, then 2. Check whether you are getting one series. After you get one series, no, you can substitute up to 2 because that is given in the question. After you substitute up to 2, take only the left hand part. Okay, again you start substituting only for this left hand side 0, 1, 2 separately and try to equate this with RHS side. You will get one answer, and hence right, this is also in Fibonacci series. This just by using mathematical induction you have to write that. Okay, see, n equal to k plus 1, that is the form what you get. Then again like arrangements we have to write. That's it for second module. In module, what kind of questions are asked? First is this kind of questions where we have to substitute the values. What values? Like 3x minus 5 equal to, they have told f inverse of 0, right? So 3x minus 5 equal to 0. Similarly, 1 minus 3x is equal to 0. Final answer, whatever you get, like okay, when you substitute 3x minus 5 equal to 0, whatever answer you get for the value of x, if that is greater than 0, you have to accept, or else you have to reject. Similarly here, if x value is less than or equal to 0, you will accept or else you will reject. Similarly you can do it for all questions. Now if you have two numbers, then what you have to do is write 3x minus 5 as it is. This minus 6 you take towards this side, 5 you take towards this side, and put this less than or equal to symbol both the sides. Okay, I'll just show you that also. Yes, here you can see for minus 5 and 5. See, minus 5 is here, 5 is here. Middle that equation and put this sign. Okay, then pigeonholes principle, definitely they'll ask. So we have to write the pigeonhole principle. Don't forget to write +1 while solving. Okay, here no need of writing, here we have to write. Then one more kind of question, that is we have to write the given question in the form of set and write either Hasse diagram or normal digraph. Okay, remember in digraph we have self loop, in Hasse diagram we don't have self loop. In degree is nothing but how many degree is coming towards inside for one node, out degree is nothing but how many lines are going outside from one node. Okay, then one more kind of question, I'll tell this in very simple way. Okay, they'll ask you to prove this. First of all, this HOGOF, this can be written as HOG and GOF. Okay, so GOF is nothing but one function, right? So that function, okay, that function can be written as f of x. F of x is nothing but when you compute f of x function, you should get one answer that we will take as y. So finally, you should get h of z. So what I want to convey here is, if they ask you to prove like one function is equal to some other function, fine, you write anything. Like if you don't know how to solve this, no time. If you are watching this video in the last minute, then final what answer you should get is something like h of z is equal to h of z. Write anything in between, but finally you write that hz. Okay, hz and hz. Then this kind of question they'll ask, like 1 to 2n we have certain numbers, it seems, that in which form can we express. First you take this only 1 comma 2n, then you increment here 1 and you decrement this value, like this, go on writing. That itself is the answer, but you have to explain pigeonhole principle. So in module 3 you have to give importance to types of relations, then that substituting of f inverse value, Hasse diagram, digraph, and this one. Again here it is same thing. Okay, one more thing I had to tell regarding Hasse diagram. When you are writing Hasse diagram, always make sure that you write the numbers in increasing order, something like zigzag pattern, so that it will be easier for you to mark. Okay, then this kind of question they'll ask, I can simply tell you the trick to remember the answer. Whatever you have in g of b, right, that denominator, then whatever you have in plus side, that is like 3 minus 1 by 2, that will be the answer. Like I am just telling final answer how it should be, even if you don't know to solve. See here, 3 minus 1 2. Why 3c is, we are equating, they have told a to b, b to c. So then similarly for this question also, actually they have given two functions, we have to find the values of a and b. So what values of a and b is, see what is common in this 3, right? So answer 3, like it can be plus 3 or minus 3, and here I think it should be 1 and 2 because we have square here. I'll just check. See, that will be the answer. I'm just giving the trick if you don't know, in case you have to write something and come right. So then this is again simple. You will take left hand side, prove that it is h of z, take right hand side, prove that it is h of z, and like finally you write yes, this is even, this is odd. Then pigeonhole principle you will write. Okay, then 5% birthday. Okay, person value is given here, so this p value you will substitute, m value they have not given. Then okay, these two values are given. They have asked you to find the function from a to b and b to a. Functions from a to b, formula is n factorial divided by n minus m factorial. Okay, there is no function between b to a, because always remember, like b value, this is b value, that should be greater than a value, only then we can find a to b, sorry, b to a. Okay, then for on to, actually we have big formula. This is in the form of NCR. Okay, NCR minus k. K is nothing but the power of the function. This is actually complicated, you can skip it. On to function, you may get the answer, but getting exact answer is almost a doubt. But you can remember, like if you are getting question with alphabets and 1 2 3 4 5 number, on to functions is 240. Yes, I think yes, it's 240. Then okay, finally don't conclude or just comment like I'm giving how to remember the answers. No, I don't want to do that. I wanted to teach, but This detailed explanation on to function, if you want, already I have told in one short video, so don't blame me for that. Okay, then they have told that we have to verify equivalence relation. Equivalence means we have to prove what? Yes, reflexive, symmetric and transitive. I hope you know, because this we had in DBMS also. Sorry for remembering DBMS. Okay, equivalence. See, equivalence is very simple, I'll tell you. Just you have to add these numbers. 2 plus 4 is 6, right? So using these numbers, you have to, using these numbers, like use 2 numbers from this list, from this set, and form 6. Like it can be 5, 1, 4, 2. Then 3, 1 is not possible. So whatever combinations is possible, you form. That is the equivalence class. I'll show you. See here. Okay. In equivalence class, 1, 5 is different from 5, 1. Please remember this. Then we have f of x, g of x. We have to show that both are equal. See, remember, when they ask you to show that this is the inverse of this, means when you are computing for f of x, your final answer should be x. When you are computing for g of x, your final answer should be x. When you get both the answers to be x, then we can prove that it is inverse. So even if you write something and finally x, they'll give you marks. They don't, like, you may have seen, like in M1, M2, M3 and all, they used to give marks for steps, but here they look first the final answer. Only if the final answer is correct, they'll go to remaining steps, it seems. And generally paper correction will be very lenient. No need to worry. Then a equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they have told we have to form the set in such a way that x should be smaller and y should be greater than x. Okay, just form the set and then write in the form of matrix. Later they have asked diagram also. Then in degree and out degree also they have asked. Write it. You will write it. I know it. Okay, because I have explained in detail in module 3 video. Then we have module 4. Fixed concept that they will ask from module 4 is in how many ways something can be arranged. Okay, for this we have fixed formula. It's very simple actually. First we will take car, find it, dog, find it. This detailed explanation is there in module 4 video. Okay, so I'll not explain much, but definitely they'll ask one question from this topic. Okay, you have to know all the formulas. For formulas only you'll get around 4 to 5 marks. Then dearrangement concept, very simple, like writing in terms of d10 equal to 10 factorial into e to the power of minus 1. Okay, now how you will understand it is dearrangement kind of questions is whatever is for 10, right, we can apply dearrangement concept. We have only 2 questions actually, gloves, and one more is I think umbrella. No, umbrella is for other topic. Okay, then this kind of question they'll ask, where every question we have to express it in terms of this a 2 to the power of n plus b and something to the power of n. Now this m value is 2 here, so 1 year. Okay, you have to express in such a way that a, that number to the power of n, plus b, that number to the power of n, and they'll give 2 equations actually. Okay, and their values will be given. Now take it as 2a plus b, and for second one you take it as double it because power n is there, right? So 4a plus b. Once you substitute all the values, we will get some answer that you have to write in terms of 2 to the power of something plus that answer what you get. Then correspondence. See, either they will ask that how do you arrange pun and all. One more important is correspondence. Same question, again same thing you will write, and finally you can write this answer. Now suppose if you are not able to remember this entire thing, no, you can store that values in calculator and go. Okay, now definitely it is not possible for us to write everything in this same order, but you can save it in matrix. I'll just show an example how you can do. Okay, yeah, in mode setup. Okay, I'll just change it to, okay, in mode setup we have to go to matrix. In matrix you click on 1. Okay, then we have so many numbers. I think we need 3 cross 3 matrix only, so I'll just take 3 cross 3 matrix option where it is 1. So then here you just store each of the values, 14 by 2. Okay, then press OK, then press next value, like this. You store everything and keep. Okay, and press AC again. If you go and check the same matrix, that option will, and that answer will be stored here only. Why I'm telling to store this answer is, since there is many computation value, we may get wrong answer. Okay, so no one is going to check in the matrix at least, right, if you have stored or not. So store it for correspondence and that bite, pun, dog and cat word. Okay, 2 answers you have to store. Then root polynomial, it's easy. And standard question, they may ask either teacher or one more is I think umbrella. Teacher or umbrella, both will be asked, so it's good if you know answer before only, because again in order to compute it, see why I'm making you to do this is 1 2 3 may consume time, but while doing 4 and 5, like time consuming may happen, right? In that urgent you may neglect it. So in model 4 and 5 you can do this only if you are in like passing range. Okay, then everything is same. Even this 300 and 100 kind of question is standard one. Okay, 10 man handover umbrellas. For umbrellas also we should first we will do this part, then we will construct the Rook polynomial part, solve it, take separately, solve it, multiply both, and you'll get one answer. Whatever answer you get, right, that values again we have to do it like S0 minus 1 2 3 4. Why up to 4? Because we have 5 umbrellas, we have to distribute at least 4, so up to 4 we have to take it and multiply with these values. Then in graph theory, why I did not record graph theory module is, it's very simple. For any question you have to just prove 4 laws. Okay, clean group is also same, and whatever question they ask, it is just 4 laws, that is closure law, associative law, identity law, and inverse law. Closure is nothing but if A, B is belonging to group, then A into B will also belong to group. Similarly other laws. Then except this, okay, one more thing I had to tell, like if they have not given what to draw here, okay, for example, like show that fourth roots of unity. Fourth roots of unity will have number like 1 minus 1, imaginary and minus imaginary part. Take this, I'll tell a trick to remember even this. First row as it is, then diagonally you can see 1 1 minus 1 minus 1. Either it is all minus I. In every question it is same. You have to take each of the law, prove it for this table. And one more we have Lagrange's theorem. I don't remember the page number. I think I got it. So it's very simple. Lagrange's theorem, I'll just tell. If you're forgetting statement also, my words, you keep it in mind. Okay, now assume that there is one group called G. Okay, in that group we have one more small group called as H. If that is the case, then the order of H, that small group, can divide this big group. That is the meaning of this Lagrange's theorem. Now in order to prove it, we will take that big group. What does that big group contain? H, that is a small group, and A1, A2, A3 are the values. Okay, then you apply O to both of the sides. Once you apply O, all of these will become equals. Now that equals can be expressed in terms of R. That is OG ROH. This much if you prove, you will get 8 marks. 7 to 8 marks. Then again, they've asked us to find the value of H. Okay, nothing, actually it's very simple, we can do normally, but we have to take Lagrange's concept and solve. It is 660 divided by 66. How much we get? 10, right? So that will be the answer. But one more thing what we have to know is what are the other values possible that we can substitute. That is 1 to 5 and 10. Okay, how do you understand it is 1 to 5 and 10? You have to substitute in this formulas and check, which is really complicated. You can just remember the values if you have not solved it sincerely. 1 to 5 10, then reverse it here. You just reverse this line, you'll get it. So that's simple. Among 1 and 10 you'll select 1, select the smallest one, that's it. Okay, and multiply it with 66. Then again everything is same. Okay, nothing else is left out, I think. Yeah, just take the numbers, prove it for all this thing. See, they have told modulo of 8 for this question. Modulo of 8 is multiplication with 8, not taking modulus. Okay, yeah, that's what I had to tell for module 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. I hope I have brought confidence in you, but don't forget to once go through with every question sincerely. Especially in module 4 and 5, you must stretch out, because 1 is easy, 2 is also easy, 3 is relations and functions, somehow you will manage it, but 4 and 5 requires your attention. 5 at least you can leave it. Just in 5 you just understand, if you have not studied anything, just understand what are those 4 laws. Okay, closure, identity, inverse and associative. Then you go for this one, module 4. In module 4 we have lot of concepts, like, right, that you should remember. Okay, that byte word you store that answer in calculator if you want. Correspondence also you can store, but store in different matrix so that you don't get confused. Okay, and one more kind of questions in module 4 that they will ask is related to that CN, right? So 2 are the standard questions asked in question paper, so you can remember that answer also. So that's it I had to tell for TMS. All the best, give your best. Let's meet for the next subject.